All right, let's jump right into this incredible prophecy from Isaiah chapter 8. It all starts in verse 5, where the Lord speaks again to Isaiah. And from there, we're going to break down verses 6 through 8. This is where a massive political choice gets described using this amazing metaphor of two totally different rivers, a choice that leads to some devastating consequences. So, at the very heart of this passage, you've got this fundamental clash between two kinds of power. The entire prophecy really just unfolds from the choice made between them. You have the quiet, steady stream on one side, representing God's promise and protection, and on the other, a violent, raging river, symbolizing pure, worldly military might. First up, let's take a look at what was rejected. Verse 6 really sets the stage for everything that comes next. It describes a very deliberate decision to turn away from one kind of security and run toward another. Right here in verse 6, this people, we're talking about the people of Judah, they're making a conscious choice. They are flat out refusing something called the waters of Shiloah. But look, this isn't just about turning down a drink of water. This is a massive political and spiritual rejection. Now, what's so cool is that Shiloah was a real place, a small, gently flowing stream right near Jerusalem. Symbolically, though, it represented something so much bigger, the quiet, steady, divine protection that was promised through the family line of King David. It was the complete opposite of those huge, impressive rivers you'd find in the big empires. So by rejecting these soft waters, Judah was basically turning its back on God's covenant and protection. So, where did they turn instead? Well, the text says they rejoice in Rezin and Remaliah's son. Who were they? They were the kings of Syria and Israel. What this really boils down to is that the people of Judah lost faith in God's quiet promise. Instead, they tried to find security in a political alliance with foreign powers, hoping that brute human strength was the answer. Okay, so let's see where this leads, because that choice has an immediate and, frankly, a terrifying consequence. Now that they've rejected the gentle stream, they're about to be confronted by a force of unimaginable power. And boom, here it is in verse 7. The prophecy flips the script and introduces this new, terrifying metaphor. The gentle stream is gone. It's replaced by the waters of the river, strong and many. And this isn't just any river. The text gets very specific. It is the king of Assyria and all his glory. In other words, the unstoppable army of the Assyrian Empire. The contrast just couldn't be any clearer, right? The power they're about to face is the exact opposite of the gentle rule they refused. And the irony here is just wow. The security they looked for in human alliances has brought a much, much greater human threat right to their doorstep. A threat that's not a gentle stream, but a violent, overwhelming force. And this illustrates the invasion so brilliantly. This isn't going to be some neat, contained battle. The image is of a river bursting its banks in a catastrophic flood. It's an uncontrollable power that's just going to sweep over the entire land and destroy everything in its path. So, this flood, the Assyrian army, now sweeps directly through the land of Judah. Verse 8 describes the terrifying peak of this invasion, but it also has this dramatic last-minute twist hidden inside. This is an incredible image. The water level is rising and rising until, symbolically, it reaches the nation's neck. Now, if you picture the capital city, Jerusalem, as the head of the body, well, a flood reaching the neck means the invasion is going to swallow the entire country, stopping just short of total annihilation right at the city walls. And as if a catastrophic flood wasn't enough, verse 8 throws in another powerful image to show just how total this domination is. The Assyrian army is also pictured as a giant bird of prey, and its outstretched wings cast a shadow over the entire country. The land is completely occupied, totally under their control. And get this isn't just poetry. This prophecy lines up with actual historical events that unfolded over the next 30 years. The invasion started not long after the prophecy was given, and then in 701 BC, the Assyrian army did exactly what was predicted. They conquered all of Judah except for Jerusalem. They stopped right at the neck. So this is the crucial point. Just as the land is about to be completely submerged, just as the head is about to go under, verse 8 makes a declaration. It actually addresses the land itself, reminding everyone who it really belongs to by name, O Emmanuel. This one name is the whole dramatic twist. Emmanuel means God is with us. It's this sudden, powerful reminder that
Even when you're facing an overwhelming flood of destruction, there's a divine promise of presence and protection that still remains. The land may be flooded, but it won't be completely destroyed, because at the end of the day, it belongs to God.
So this ancient text really leaves us with a timeless and challenging question, doesn't it? It's all about choice and consequence. It forces us to stop and think about what we really trust when the floodwaters start to rise. Is it the seemingly gentle and quiet promises we might easily overlook? Or is it the loud, impressive, but maybe dangerously deceptive powers of the world?